I think we'll keep it collective as a family like we always do, but we've obviously got Monica Bragg, Morgan Bruner, Grace Fodor, and Taylor Johnson, and you know, the basketball side, this group, they've been awesome. They've been awesome, and all of them have got to endure some of the highs and some of the lows in this program's history. You know, and that's what makes this group special, is they've never faltered. They've never doubted us, they've never doubted their teammates, they've never doubted themselves, and they fought. In any moments of weakness, they fought for each other, and that's what makes this, it's bigger, it's family here, and this group means a lot. So there's not enough thank yous that I can say to them, that's for sure. And the reward is the win today. The reward is the win and how we're playing right now at the right time of year. So I thought we played a really good game collectively. I thought that we were dialed in. I thought we did a lot of really good things, especially early, to make sure that they didn't get going. And that left the majority of their players struggling to find their efficiency and to find their rhythm, and that was key for us. Obviously, Lily Ritz is a spectacular player, and she definitely got hers, and they were earned, and she fights for every one of them, so hats off to her. But I thought we kept the majority of the rest of them in check for the most part, and I thought that we did a great job of sharing the basketball. And it's not reflected, you know, you see 27 made shots and 14 assists, but the reality is that number is much greater because all of the drives came off of the extra passes and the quick reversals. So that's the brand of basketball we're playing. So when our coaching staff breaks this film down after we enjoy this win as well, we will be charting our own assists, and that will come out, I would guarantee, at somewhere around the 23 or 24 mark, which is where it needs to be for us to be successful. So really, really proud of this group, and again, I can't say enough about these seniors. I really can't, and I do want to say, and it's not that they're all family to me, and they've all been through it with me. But for Fodes and for Mon, who have been here, you guys have seen some stuff, for the good and the bad. And not to say that Taylor and Morgan haven't, but they have, and they've endured it, and they've never faltered. And then you bring in new players that have a high level of talent, like Morgan and like Taylor, and they just welcome them like family, and they shift their role because that's what's best for the team, and you can't find that everywhere. You can't. This is a special place.
And obviously finishing on a very high note with a big win over at recently ranked Notre Dame, and then your county rival here in Wheeling. Going downtown this week to the tournament, you're taking a little momentum with you. Is that kind of address what that feels like for you?
I mean, I think it feels incredible right now for our coaching staff, and I know it feels incredible for them, but it's so hard for people to wrap their head around how much this group has just clawed and fought and battled the inconsistencies and just kept buying in and never questioned, just fought. So the idea that they're being rewarded and now they're seeing just how good we can be when we're doing everything that we're supposed to be doing, and when we're believing in each other, and when we're worried about just the people in the room. And it's huge to carry momentum, and I would say that we collectively, and I'll speak for them on this, I would say we feel pretty good going into the tournament, right guys? Feel good?
Okay, you guys are seniors, so it's time to put you on the spot. Starting with Monica. And you can take a couple seconds to think about it. Your best moment at West Liberty.
Best moment at West Liberty. Probably finding out we made the tournament last year. I think that was awesome to get to experience that with everyone.
Morgan.
It's been a lot. I'll take it all the way back to when I first came to West Liberty, when I transferred here. It was just I was so nervous, and it was nerve-wracking, but they made me feel at home, and that's just a feeling that
Oh, here we
I love them, and they just made me feel at home. So
She's emotional.
yeah, sorry.
It's okay, we'll let it out. Grace.
I would probably have to second finding out we made the tournament, but also just the rival games here. It's such a family and a culture place to play for it, and just really the crowd behind you and the fans that are at every single game really just kind of hype you up to play these kind of games, and I'm gonna miss like that rivalry and everything like that.
I'd have to agree with Morgan. Like being a transfer and coming into a total different atmosphere and just feeling like just knowing they have your back and they genuinely care about you as a person. And I think the best moment had to be that I knew I had limitless money when we went to eat.
Oh man. I feel that.
Knowing there's no limit, I just, wow.
It was nuts.
Just so we're clear, that's not an NCAA thing. Taylor wanted to be able to eat whatever she wanted in post game and before she had to go dollar menu. So. It was
But
big.
also probably finding out we're in the tournament and the rivalry games are fun. Jokes aside.
Good save.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good save.
Okay, and this is for any of you, and we kind of follow up on Coach Cooper here. At some point here in the next month, maybe it's next week, maybe it's in the regional, maybe it's in the Elite Eight, you guys are going to play your last basketball game. You know, what kind of emotions do you expect to have on that day?
Yes, you all. I'm out on this one.
I mean, I feel like there's going to be a lot of emotions flowing through everybody, but I mean, we just have to keep our head straight and our mind in the game. That way it's not our last game. We keep playing and playing. So that's my mindset.
So it's just an inspiration to play even harder to keep it from
Right.
being the last game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good answer. So, Mike, do you have anything you want to ask?
Coach, just last time you played him, obviously you're shooting today almost 50%, but you got out-rebounded by over 20 the last time, and this time you get 6 points from the positive of the rebound. How big of a was that as far as how the game went?
I think it's on our players. It's the idea that they realize the importance and they started to get. And then as you go through a year, you hear what people say, you hear what coaches say, you hear what teammates say. But then when you start to live the moments, they become a lot more real. So I think watching this film and seeing just how many possessions we gave away at their place through second chance points and just one shot here or there, what that would have changed on the stretch of that ball game and not causing us to play uphill, I think that's motivating for them. I think it's very motivating. And when you put talented players that have a love for each other with a little bit of added motivation, it's dangerous. And we saw today what that equates to.
Plus you figure they're spreading the floor a lot. They're trying to get a lot of penetrating looks, and they're getting some decent ones, but there was a hand in their face almost all the time. I think they shot under 40%. And then not letting them get those second shot opportunities like we talked about in the last game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's huge. And you got to think, too, like not only do we hold them under 40%, but, Lily Ritz accounts for a high percentage.
Yeah.
So when you talk about what our guards were able to do, and then when we had to switch or we had to rotate, it's just the idea of, again, that what you said, the contested shot, the forcing of the tough two, as we call it, it's so crucial because that percentage is much lower at the guard spot. And that's huge in this game because, we've proven this in this program, not to go back to the past, but let's not forget Marissa Brown, I think, dropped 40 once and we lost the game. You do win and lose games with guard play a lot of the times, and it's not to take anything away from Lily or Marissa or any great post player. They impact the game in a major way, but you've got to have guard play.
Plus even when, you were talking about Lily got her points, but it seemed like whenever Monica was guarding her, she was getting physical with her, she was getting her out of her rhythm, she was uncomfortable at all, and there weren't a lot of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and Monica, that's kind of been one of her traits her whole career. She is physical and she is athletic and she's not afraid to get it out there and bang with people. And that I think what it did is it wore her down. Like it made it tougher. And that's the way we want it to be. We don't want anything to come easy in life for the other team. And Monica is the example of how we did that today.
And speaking of wear down, obviously you guys play a little bit more on tempo than they do, and just being able to run people in and out the whole game. And they sub, but just the disparity in minutes between their starters and yours. It just seemed like as the game wore on, they didn't have enough gas left. Being in that last minute, it just seemed like there was a lack of sense of urgency. They're down 10 and just.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of just the nature of systems and style of play. Pace is nothing to us. It's actually hard for us to slow it down at the end of the game. You can see that in the awkwardness there before the media timeout of we're trying to just work, and it's hard because we're so used to playing fast. But I do think it has to do with depth, and that's another reason why we're playing better now. Our depth is really good, and an example of unselfish play and depth is You don't have to look far. She's right next to me. She does whatever we ask of her. She's everything that is right with basketball. Then you look 2 more down, and her minutes have been all over this year. And that's for their careers at times too. But the reality is that they get it. They trust us and they love each other. So they put those things aside to do what's best for the team. And that's why this group is coming around the way they are right now.
Thanks, Rich.